All right. Welcome to class today, everyone. We are going to talk about CompanyCam signatures, but I'll introduce myself first before we get started. My name is Bree. I am a customer success manager here at CompanyCam, and we'll be taking you through our new signatures add-on today. I also have some of my team on this call with us that'll be helping us out in the chat in the QA section. So we have Sarah and Aaron. They are both on our customer success team. Aaron's a customer success manager. Sarah is our account manager. And then we also have Jess on our call as well as our customer success enablement rep. They are going to be answering your questions in the chat in the Q&A section. So if you have questions as we go through class today, please feel free to use that Q&A section or that chat to ask your questions. If you're seeing any issues with the video too, feel free to utilize that chat section. We want to make sure everybody can capture all this information. But again, they will answer your questions in that chat or QA section. If any of those questions will apply to pretty much everybody, we will kind of wait towards the end and answer those live. So please ask your questions as we go through our class today. So quick agenda of what we'll run through. So we'll talk about what signatures are, your signatures use cases, how to get access to signatures, and then we'll actually hop into a demo of how the feature works. So first things first, what are signatures? Signatures are an add-on from CompanyCam. It will be added onto your premium or your pro subscription. But really what this is going to do is allow you to get your documents sent for signature right from CompanyCam. So you might be using another software to do that. Using CompanyCam signatures is going to kind of consolidate your workflow. You're already using CompanyCam to really optimize your day-to-day. This is just one additional thing that's going to allow you to continue doing that. You won't have to be switching between softwares throughout the day. You can send your document for signature through CompanyCam. So that's liability forms, bids, invoices, estimates, anything that you know you're going to need signed, whether that's for your team or for a customer. You can put that in CompanyCam and easily get those sent out for signature. The flip side, again, the best part about CompanyCam is that everything lives in one spot. It's assigned to a project, so you'll always have access to that document. You'll always be able to pull that up on the spot if you need to review that or show it to a customer. Again, really kind of consolidating the things that you have to carry with you. You don't have to carry a pen and a paper around anymore to get those signed. You can do e-signatures in CompanyCam. So getting into the access side of that, signatures is currently in beta. We are in a paid beta phase right now. And to sign up for that, we can get you a link essentially that will collect your information. We get that over to our team so we can get that turned on for you. Now, as I mentioned, this is a paid beta, so it is going to be $49 a month. It covers everybody on the account, which is great. So you're not looking at a per user payment like you have with your pro or premium subscription. Again, this is an add-on, so you have your base subscription and then you can add on that signatures features for $49 a month. Covers everybody on the account, and everybody will have access to send those signatures. You have unlimited signatures, so you can really get a lot of use out of this. If you're thinking about all of the documents that you typically send out to get signatures, you can now do that in CompanyCam. You're not going to pay extra for more signatures or for more people to use that flat fee across the board. So that's how you can get signed up. We will have someone drop that link in the chat. So if you want to get signed up right away, you can definitely do that. We'll follow up with you too, just to kind of walk through what that process looks like after you're signed up and your billing. Make sure you're aware of how that works here too. But that's how you get signed up. We'll hop into a demo now so we can show you how signatures works. Again, we'll probably have some time for questions at the end and to go through anything else that you guys want to see. But let's go ahead and dive into our signatures demo. All right, so I am on CompanyCam on the website. This is really important right now. Signatures is going to be available. Sending for signatures will be available on the website. You have access to them in the app, but if you are sending for a signature, make sure you go to CompanyCam on your desktop to do so. So I am in my project, my Windows and Sightings project here. To start sending for signature, you want to switch over to your Documents tab. From here, if your document already lives here and you want to send it for signature, you'll be able to click that. We'll walk through that in a second. But the document I need to send, we need to get uploaded. As you know, you have the ability to upload your documents into CompanyCam. We'll hit Add Documents and grab this from our desktop here. All right, so here is the document that we need to get sent. It's our construction contract for this year. To send for that signature, what I'm gonna do is open up that document. And in the top right-hand corner, you see this blue request for signatures button. This will kick us off here, and our signatures are powered by Dropbox Sign. So as you can see, we're connecting to that. And now from this page is where you're going to start adding in the people you need to get that signature to. So you'll have at least one person that you want to send that to. We will start with Aaron here as our first signer. And if you need additional signers, you've got an option here to add another. I will add myself here. All right. Now, when you have multiple signers, you also have an option to set a signing order. So if you need to make sure one signs before the other, or if you need to reorder anything, check this box here, gives you the dots on the far left-hand side where you can drag and drop the order of who you would like to sign first. Always uncheck that if you do not need the signature order. Now that we've got our signers in, we'll go ahead and hit next. And this will take us to the actual document where we can start adding the fields and the things that we need filled out on this document. On the left-hand side, you've got your fields. You also have your signer information. This is great, especially if you have multiple people needing to sign your document. When you click this drop down, you'll see everybody in here. Me, as the person who is sending that, will have some things to sign. And then Aaron and the doppelganger version of myself will also have some other things to sign as well. So each one is going to be color coordinated so you know what fields are selected for each person. And then you've got your actual signature fields, your dates, your names, your email addresses. You've got some text box options here on the left-hand side to sign or to add into the document as well. Next to this field, you also have a documents tab. So in this case, this is kind of a long document. This is a great way to easily find those spots that you need to plug in to have somebody sign or fill out some information. So in this case, it'll show you all of the different pages. We can click on our last page. That's going to take us right to the very bottom here where we can actually, where we see where we want those signature fields to actually live. So let me pop back over to my fields. I've got Erin selected. She's the first person I'm going to start to fill in the signing information for. Now, all you have to do to get that information, to get the signer field on your document is essentially drag and drop. So I'm going to add our information to this client area. We need a signature, so I'm going to drag and drop that into the signature option here. We also want the date signed. This is going to autofill, which is great. So they don't have to actually add the date. It'll autofill once it's signed. And then the last thing here is we want her full name. So we'll add that box right on top. As you can see with each of these boxes, you do have the option to move them around. These 4 dots in the corners will give you the ability to resize these if you need to, really kind of fill those out so it looks the way you want. Now I can add my fields for my other signer. So we can click over to myself and we can say, oh, actually, maybe at this point we realize we either need an additional signer or we don't need the second signer at all. You always have the option to go back, this little back option here. This takes us back to the signers field where we know we want to keep Aaron. We don't need this second signer here. I can hit this 3-dot icon here and remove my signer. Or if you needed to add a signer, you've got that option to add another signer here. We can hit next. It saves all of the work that you just did, so you don't have to go back and re-add those fields. Takes you right back into the spot. We'll come back to documents and hit our tab at the very bottom. As you can see, those fields that we already added are still there for us, so we don't have to redo that since we made an edit to the people signing the document. So we've got our signer fields. As I mentioned, you do have some other options here. If there are general open text areas that you need information for, you do have a text box field that we can drag and drop into the document as well. Again, we can resize this so it's got the size that we need. And on the right-hand side, it will give you some formatting options here if you want to change the font, if you want to change the size of the font, you have some options here to do that, to really kind of customize that on your own. And then as you also see, there's this required option. So if you did have an additional signer and you didn't require their signature, you have the option to toggle this off. Again, it will make it a not required field, so it can be completed without, or they can sign it without actually completing those fields, but we'll toggle that required field on for everything that you add, just to make sure you're getting everything you need for that document before you actually send that for your signature. All right, so once we've got everything in the document that we need to get filled out or signed, the next thing to do is just hit next. This is going to have us review and send, so we can see at the top who we're sending this to. We're sending it over to Erin. She's going to be our signer. You have the option to add a CC recipient. So we'll add Sarah here as our CC. And the last part here is to actually kind of format the message that's going to be sent when you send your document. So make sure to give the subject something that the client or whoever you're sending that to is going to click and register that this is something they need to sign. So whatever naming convention that you guys come up with as a company is great here. Just make sure it's kind of standardized across the board, so you've got no confusion as to what those documents are. You can title it something that's similar to the actual title of the contract if you'd like. So we'll do construction contract 2023. And then you have an optional message that you can add that information into. We'll say, please sign by the end of this month. All right, so we've got everything filled out. We've reviewed it. We've got our signers right. We've got our CC added. We've got all the information in the message that we need as well. We can now hit send for signature. That is sending that out for us to get that signature. So the nice part here is that it takes you back to that document in CompanyCam. We have the option to cancel that signature request if maybe we had the wrong document, or we had a wrong email address, something like that. We can cancel that signature and start over. But the nice part is after you send that, we're going to keep you up to date with the status of that document itself. So as you can see, it's already been tagged or showing the label of signature pending. That means we've sent the document out. We're waiting for that recipient to actually sign it. And if we back out into our main documents page as well, we see that at the very top, you see your signature pending. You have some other tags as well, so you can kind of keep track to the status of any documents that you've sent for that particular project, and if they are signed or we're still waiting to get those signed. All right, so let me switch over my view to be the signer, and we'll show you what it looks like to have your client sign that. I'm going to come into my Gmail here and refresh. I actually might need to resend that because I realized I sent it to Erin and not myself. So let's do that one more time. We'll add a new document here and walk through that process. Again, open that up. We'll do our request for signature. Might take a second for that to reload for us. There we go. All right. And again, the nice part is your client is going to be able to sign these either from the website, or if they happen to have the email access on their phone, they will be able to sign it right from their device. So they don't have to be on a desktop to do that. You'll just want to be on the desktop to actually create and send the document. So let me throw those in real quick. Got our signature, our date, and our full name. All right. Next. And 228. All right, and now we can send. So as a heads up, it may take a minute or two since we are sending that request to the back end. It might take a minute or two for that to actually show up in the inbox. If you ever hear from a customer that they're not getting that document, make sure that they're checking a spam folder, or if they've kind of got Gmail where it's set up in a few different tabs, sometimes those get lost in those areas there. So make sure they're checking that. Shouldn't have any issues there. Awesome. There's our document. So when we open this up, this is what the client is going to see. They're going to see who this request came from. There's that option to just go ahead and review and sign it. They're also going to get the information at the bottom here of the actual document name, again, who it was sent from, and then any message that you added in that little message option will show up right at the bottom. So we'll open up this review and sign. This is going to take us into that HelloSign or that DocuSign area. And then big thing right away it is required that you get this message that this is not legally binding. The only reason it's not currently legally binding is because it's not signed. So once we hit OK, we go in and actually sign it. That's when it will become that legally binding document. So as the signee here, I have a really easy way to get started and find the things that I need to fill out. I can hit get started in the top right corner. It drops me right to where those signatures are. As you can see, it auto-filled my name. All we need them to do is actually click to sign the document itself. If they've ever used this software before, what it's going to do is save their signature. So if they have one, they can select it and click it. They have the option to draw a new one. They can type your name in, change the font, or you can actually add a photo of your signature as well. So we'll draw one in just so we've got that, get it inserted. We see it show up here. They can edit it and clear it if they need to redo that. And then last thing to do to actually get that to save and confirm is hit continue in the top right corner. We'll hit agree. This is where this becomes a legally binding document. So every time you send something to sign and they agree to this, it's saying you're now legally bind to this document and the terms there. So you will always have that. Once we hit agree, we finished our document. This is now going to be legally binding. Your client is going to get a copy of that signed document. You, as the person who sent it, will also get an email letting you know that that document has been signed. You'll get essentially a document receipt that I'll show you in a second here that has like the date timestamps of when it was sent, when it was signed, so you have that for legal reasons if you need it. Then if we come back into CompanyCam, again, this might take a second. Actually, it worked right away, which is great. You can see that status already changed to signed. So if I'm back in that documents tab here, if I'm taking a look at everything that's happening in my documents, we see that document is now signed. We can open it up to review it if we need to take a look at it. If we need to resend it for any reason, we have those options. You also have the ability to download this document if you would like. Three-dot menu icon is going to give you the option to download and download the original. The download is going to give you the version that's been signed. If you need to download the original, say this is a document that you plan to use for other projects and want to get it uploaded to send for signature, you can download that original and get it back into those projects that you need. So it's really easy to reuse that document even if it's already been signed. From this documents page as well, as I mentioned, you're going to see some other kind of labels on the documents and the statuses there. Signature pending, again, means that we've already sent the document out for signature. We're just waiting for that to be signed. This is something, if you are in the office and you're looking at the documents in that project and you realize, okay, yeah, we do have one that still needs to be signed, utilize your project conversations, tag somebody on your team and say, hey, can you make sure the document gets signed by, let's say, the 28th. I'll post that. Since I mentioned Sarah, she's going to get a notification. So let's say she's in the field. If she's at that customer's house, she can remind them to get that document signed. Again, just kind of making things easy and consolidating everything in CompanyCam, using those awesome features like mentioning to make sure you're getting things done quickly and efficiently in the timeline that you're looking at. The other thing I want to make sure you're aware of, you will get a signature error if you happen to send a document to an email address that is not valid. So really important to make sure you're getting a valid email. At least you're going to have a kind of a tag on the back end just to make sure if you happen to have something wrong, you can always double check that with your client and then resend it to the correct email address. All right, so that is document signing. The last thing I actually do want to mention here is when you yourself, if you have something that you need to sign on that document, you'll be able to do that in the field where you're actually adding all those fields. You yourself, don't add yourself as the signer. You can do that while you're kind of adding the fields and setting those up for the other people that you need to sign. Okay, so that's our demo with documents. Again, pretty slick, really easy. Your client will have access to sign those documents on their mobile device as long as they have access to their email through the device that they're using. And then again, talking about how to get access to this. This is going to be a $49 a month. We are still in beta. So the nice part about this is you're going to get access before everybody else gets access. So if you want to sign up for that, again, we've got a link in the chat. Feel free to fill out that information and get signed up right away, or reach out to us at success@companycam.com. We will get you over to the right person so we can chat with you about any questions you have, help you get that document filled out, and get that added to your account. All right, let's hop in for questions. Any good questions from the chat.
Yeah, so we've had a few people ask if signatures is going to be available on mobile anytime soon.
Sure, great question. So as I mentioned, right now we're in beta. It's just going to be available on the website right now. I would anticipate that we'll have it available in the mobile. It'll be coming, so keep an eye out for that. We'll keep you updated when that is available. Right now, sending for signatures will just be through the website. Your clients will be able to sign them on their mobile device. Good question.
And free user.
Oh, repeat the question.
Yes.
Gotcha. Oh, I apologize. You guys probably couldn't hear that question. So the question was, will sending for signatures be available on mobile? The short answer right now, no. This is in beta, so we wanted to at least get it out on the website. We anticipate getting it into a mobile version, into the app sometime soon. Won't be right away, so keep an eye out for that. We'll keep you updated as it does become available on the mobile app. So as a reminder, sending for signatures, log into CompanyCam on the website to send those. Your clients will have access to sign those on their mobile device, as long as they have access to the email from whatever device that they're using. Okay, the other question is about templating. Also not available right now, but definitely something I anticipate we'll get in a future iteration. So I know our product team is already aware of templating being a really big thing, especially with automation. So it will be coming in the future. We don't have a timeline on it. Again, one thing that we'll keep you updated on as we get more, as we get to general release and get more updates to the signatures feature.
We just have had a few people ask again, just could you run through the pricing?
Yeah.
One more time.
All right. Yeah. So we've had some questions on pricing. We'll run through that one more time. We're in beta. We'll have you sign up for the beta. The pricing is $49 a month. It is an add-on to your current pro or premium subscription. If you happen to be on basic, you don't have access to this, you'll have to upgrade to pro or premium. It'll be $49 a month in addition to that base subscription cost. But again, it does cover all of the users on your account and you will have unlimited signatures. So you're not paying per user to use signatures. It'll be that $49 flat fee.
And that would be $49 per company, per separate CompanyCam account?
Correct. It'll be $49 per company. So if you'd have multiple CompanyCam accounts, you would pay $49 for each of those accounts to have access to signatures. All right.
And Bree, how will we continue to keep people up to date on changes or improvements that are coming to signatures?
Yeah, so I know we'll be sending out a lot of information as signatures become released, and then your account manager or your CSM will definitely be reaching out to you or sending you some information regarding updates to signatures and when it does become fully available if you don't sign up for the beta now. So keep an eye out on your inbox, keep an eye out in the app for little new feature things. We'll make sure to point those out to you when they are available. You can get those added to your account too. All right, so I think that's all the questions we have. Last thing I want to wrap up with is our other class schedules. We do have a class this Thursday. That's CompanyCam for admin. So if you are an admin and kind of want a general overview of using CompanyCam, join us this Thursday. We do have crew and admin classes in the next 2 weeks as well. So sign up for those on companycam.com/classes. One more question here. Yeah.
Yeah, just if they didn't get their question answered, could you just have them reach out to Success?
Absolutely. Yeah. So if we didn't get your question answered today, or if you have any other questions regarding CompanyCam that you want help with, reach out to us, success@companycam.com. We'll throw that in the chat so you can easily copy that and send us an email. We'll get you over to the right person to get those questions answered and make sure you feel really good about everything CompanyCam can offer. All right. Well, thanks everybody again for joining us today. It was awesome to have everybody here to talk about this new add-on feature, signatures. Again, for more classes, especially more feature classes like this, or just CompanyCam classes for training for your team, companycam.com/classes to register. Again, email us with any questions, success@companycam.com, and we'll make sure you get taken care of. Thanks again for joining us, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.